Hi, everyone. It's Lisa with Ink and Inspirations, and welcome to Wednesday of Christmas in July week here on Ink and Inspirations. I hope you have been having a good time just seeing some ideas to create some Christmas cards early so that you can be ready for the holiday season. And today I have another card that I'm calling my Timeless Christmas card. And you're going to see why I call it that in just a minute. But I just wanted to invite you to tune in again tomorrow, where I will be live at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 Eastern on YouTube. And so I will be showing my Christmas in July online class. And it will be featuring 3 cards, and I'm offering a ordering special that if you place a $40 order by Monday, July 24th, using my host code, I will send you the kits for the 3 cards. And I'm going to show you those 3 cards here. Let me see if I can get those in the picture. These are the cards we'll be making tomorrow for the Christmas in July online card class. And I'll send you the kits to make these 3 cards with your qualifying order. So I can't wait to share these with you, and I hope you will tune in. Okay, let's get started with today's cards. Okay, so here it is. Isn't that pretty? I love it. I love the red and green, and the white, which is why I am calling it timeless, because I know when I was little, everything was red and green for Christmas. Now we have all different colors on the spectrum. So, but here I decided to go with the red and the green with an accent of little glimmer paper there and some gold little dots to embellish. But I'm also calling it timeless because I am using some dies from the Timeless Arrangement Dies collection, which is part of the bundle, the Timeless Arrangements bundle. Now, I won't be using any of the sentiments here or the stamps, but I will be using some of the dies. And for the sentiment, I went through my stamp sets and looked and found this Merry Christmas in my Celebrate with Tags stamp set, and it's a really pretty font, and it's going to fit on one of these labels just perfectly. Okay, so if you're not familiar with this die collection, it has these beautiful foliage and floral dies with this bar here that makes it so easy to die cut and then assemble on your card. Okay, so I'm using, let me pull these out, this one and this one. Okay, and then I am going to be cutting some with some of the little single ones that are a die cut. Okay, here, let's see, move this out of the way. So I'll be using those today too. So let me put those out of the way. I've done some of the die cutting to not take up so much of your time. And so let's get started here. I have a 5.5 by 8.5 inch garden green card base, and we're going to fold that in half. And this is going to be a landscape card, as you saw. Give it a good burnish there with the bone folder. Okay, now we'll set that aside because we're going to do some assembling of the rest of the card before we attach it to the base. So I'll put that out of the way, and I will show you that I have a 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 piece of real red, and mounted over that is going to be a piece of basic white. Let's see, got all these little pieces here. 4 by 5 1/4, and it's already embossed with the Merry Medley 3D embossing folder. Now, this embossing folder is one of my favorites. It can be used any time of the year, but I love it especially for the holidays, okay? Because I love Christmas carols, love Christmas music. In fact, I had thought I had some playing in the background, but that just didn't happen today. So Anyway, so we're going to mount these pieces together and then we'll build up from there. So that is going to leave that little piece of a red border showing around. So let's use some liquid glue to put that over top. Okay. So now I have this other piece of real red cut 1/4 inch by 5 1/4 inches. And I love this as just a little accent strip along here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on so that I don't lose that piece. And I'm coming up about a 1/2 inch from the bottom. Okay. I'm just looking to see where I think it'll look the best. And it's about a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. You can just eyeball it. Put a little bit of liquid glue there, and then it should go the width of the white embossed piece. Okay, yeah, about a 1/2 inch up from the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to take the ribbon and we'll go ahead and put that on, and then we'll work on our intricate piece. I'm using this garden green ribbon that is from this ribbon combo, Real Red and Garden Green ribbon combo set. It's in the annual catalog. It was in the holiday catalog last year and it carried over, and I love it. I've ordered several packages of it because I know I'll be using it a lot this season for the holiday season. And for this type of wraparound tie, I usually leave my ribbon on the spool so that I only cut as much as I need. But to be safe, you need about 14 inches, okay? I say safe. I mean, if I were you, I would just leave it on the spool and tie a knot. So I'm going to tie a knot over here on this side. And bring it around. And it makes a neat little knot like that. I'm going to trim off the edge. And then this base, that's I should say the layer that is going to go on the card base, is going to be ready to go once we get all of our little intricate pieces done. So I want that a little smaller. Okay, so thank you if you're tuning in live, or if you're watching the replay. Please say hello and let us know where you're watching from. Love to go back and see that. Okay, let me get all my little Post-its out of the way. So this piece is ready, okay? And looks like I've done it upside down, but that's okay. All right, so next I am going to take the little pieces that I have die cut here. So I said that we need some Real Red and Garden Green scraps. So I have this label from the die set, okay, that is done. And then I have these two dies, all right? And so let's just see here. Let me get this done. And I'm going to do some embossing with this Merry Christmas sentiment. So let's take some Versamark ink. But first, let's go ahead and use the embossing buddy on this. Okay. Then we're going to tack this, ink it up, and stamp it right there in the center. So the embossing buddy has some powder in it, and it keeps the embossing powder from sticking to other places besides the Versamark ink. So I'm sprinkling. This is just the basic white embossing powder. And I see that I've gotten some Versamark where I didn't want it. So what I usually do then is just take my fingernail and just kind of brush it off. Okay. So let me get this powder out of the way. And we'll emboss it. Let me see, I'm going to get some tweezers so I don't burn myself. I think anyway. Doesn't look like I have them here, so I have some reverse tweezers somewhere. All right, I'm just going to be careful. Okay, so we have that. We're going to let that dry a little bit. And then I'm going to, oh, look, these were right in front of my nose. Were y'all telling me that? Okay, so this really threw me off. Okay, so I can tell this is upside down because I wanted this at the bottom, okay? And here is the treble clef over here. It's upside down. So this is how I'm going to fix it. I'm going to slide this down. I'm going to leave that there, okay? I'm not going to try to pull it up. That just really bothers me with the treble clef upside down. Then I'm going to get my paper trimmer, and I am going to get this piece. I had this cut for the inside, but I'm going to use part of it, a 1/4 inch piece, and I'll just save this part, 1/2 inch piece for the inside. And I'm going to put this right down here where it was supposed to be. And we're just going to have a different looking card, but that's okay. That's how we fix things, right? We can always make it right. So now we're going to work with this. And it's going to be a little different than our sample, but that's okay. So now I have this done. And what I like to do here is I'm going to put the green on first, the garden green. And so I'm looking at it. I know that's going to go about like that because I want these little leaves to be sticking out. And just glue that on just like that and hold it for a second. Okay. Then this little red piece is going to go, let's see, I have some little kibbles and bits to get out there. Like this. Okay, so you see where this little bar comes in handy? All right. Let's put a little glue there. And then kind of, how do I want that? I want it like that. Okay. And we have that. Now, I wanted something to fill in these little spaces. So I've got a little piece of this More Dazzle paper. It's in champagne. And I'm going to get my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in here. And we're going to die cut these two pieces. So I like to die cut when it's this thick glimmer type paper. I like to cut it with this upside down. And I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to run it through about 3 times just to be sure it cuts through all of that glimmer gorgeousness. Okay, so let's do it. Here's once. Okay, and let's run it back through. And then I'm going to go back through one more time. And then we're going to pull this off, and it cut beautifully. Yeah. Okay, I have this piece, don't want to lose it. So this one needs to be poked out a little bit. Okay, now I have those two. Okay, let's get this out of the way, and then we'll assemble our card. All right, here we go. Now, these I decided to use glue dots to attach them because it's a little easier. And let's see, I think I want this leafy one there. You see how that fills that in so nicely? Let's get our glue dots. And I'm going to put it on the front of the stem. And then stick it behind there. And do the same thing with this little berry stem. Okay. All right. And now this is going to go over top right here. And I think it's going to look fine with that little red strip at the top, don't you think? I do. Okay, so we're going to put that on. I'm going to use liquid glue. And I'm also going to take the glue and just kind of run it behind these delicate stems. And I realize this is a pretty intricate card with this die cutting, but you know, if I'm starting early, I can do some like this and have those ready to go. Like I say, I usually make different cards throughout the season. Okay, I like it. I think it looks fine with that red strip at the top. Let's go ahead and put it on our base now. Yeah. Okay, I think I want this over here. Like that. To about this bow or knot balances out this. Okay? It's not all heavy on this side. Does that make sense? Some liquid glue. All right, and for the inside, I'm just very simply doing 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. And then this is that strip that I robbed a little piece from for the top of our card. Okay. And I'm just going to put that on the bottom here. About 1/4 inch from the bottom. And there's plenty of room to write your holiday message on the inside. If you have a sentiment that you'd like to put on the inside, that would be great too. And there we go. Okay, so there's the card. So see, thank you for sticking with me through this, but this was like going to bother me. And sometimes so that I don't have to worry about it, because the music notes really could go either way. You get to the time, over here, what is that called? The time signature and the treble clef, bass clef. there's definitely a right and a wrong way. Okay. All right. Let me get back on here. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you like this card. I loved working with those dies to create this with that because it really shows off the sentiment. Okay. And, if you'd like, another way you could do this is like do just a red, emboss a red piece and not add the white. And then this could be in white where you would not have to emboss. And then all of these pieces would stand out, and you could use green and white and gold to stand out from your background. Okay. All right. I hope you'll tune in again tomorrow, Thursday the 20th, live at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, where we'll be making our Christmas cards in our online Christmas card class for this week. I hope you'll join us. Have a great evening and take care. Bye-bye.